Oh, hello everybody. Don LaChance here. It's a pretty miserable day out here, weather-wise. It's a great day in other aspects because I'm on this side of the dirt, and I'm happy about that. I'm grateful about that. Yeah, it's minus 11 here, and this incredible snow system is just kind of hanging over us. We're supposed to get anywhere between 15 to 20 centimeters today. You know, it's getting old. I prefer that to the extreme cold that we've been experiencing. But anyways, hello, Lynn Sharp Norris. Nice to see you join me here today, my friend. I have a book that I read from daily, and it's called The Language of Letting Go, and it's by Melody Beattie. And I read from it because it's just got some great advice. It's got incredible content if people are on the journey for personal development. And I read it because my background in addiction, alcohol and substance and drugs, just like tons of codependency issues and things like that. And this is always shedding light, and the more we grow, the wider those doors open, the clearer those dark rooms become, and it's just a great thing. And today, the reading was all about our powerlessness and owning our power. And I know that sounds contradictory, but if you hang on with me for a sec here, we'll just kind of work through that. And I don't know if this will speak to anybody. It speaks to me, and that's why I'm sharing it. I haven't done a live in a while, and I'm delinquent. I should be doing more of them because I've got a lot in my heart, and I've got a lot to share. And, sometimes it's not always for us, it's for other people. But if we're not selfless about that, and we don't step into the discomfort, and we don't, just get to share our hearts and share what's taking place in us, other people don't get to benefit. And ça c'est pas bon. For all my English-speaking friends, that means that's not good. Anyways, getting back to powerlessness and owning our power. We're often powerless over things that we want to control. And, that can be other people's opinions, other people's minds, other people's agendas, trying to get people to do things that they don't want to do, trying to get them to understand things the way we see them when they don't want to see them that way. And it's always a very, very difficult place to be in because there's just such incredible emotional pull when we're in that place. And here's the odd thing about it. The only way to really manage powerlessness is to surrender to it. One of the first keys to coming to terms with any form of addiction is accepting, really, not admitting, because admitting is more along the lines of acknowledging, and we can acknowledge a lot of things and never really accept them. Anyways, it's about accepting that we are powerless, and in surrendering to that, that's where we get to experience owning our power. Do you see how that works? One, we're duped into thinking that we can control, but we're really powerless over external situations like people and things that happen to us that are beyond our control. Yet we want to manage, we want to change, we want to do things to get other people to do things. And that's not what it is. But when we surrender to that, the incredible freedom sets in, and that liberates us to owning our power, what we are, what we have in the way of power. And that is our ability to make our decisions, things that will help move us forward, things that will help accomplish the goals, help us step into our dreams, help us realize the things that we long for. And a lot of us are in situations where we've kind of given up, A lot of people have been working at doing things and, building teams, and they've got people on their teams who aren't doing what they want them to do, and that's a difficult place to be. And you find yourself juggling emotions, and you really don't need to. Let go of all of that. Surrender to it, because you're powerless. And the minute you surrender to it, you'll find incredible freedom, and you'll be able to step into your own power. And your power is what will equip you to do the things that you need to do the things that matter for you. And that will inspire others. So if you've got things on your heart, share them. Share them. If going public like this on a Facebook platform or any other platform that you choose to do lives on, because they all have the ability for you to do that now, get out there and share it, because you've got truths tucked into your heart. You've got incredible value that there's an audience waiting to hear what it is you have tucked into the very recesses of your heart. And that's liberating. That's freedom. That will allow you to step into your power. And I hope that for anybody listening here today, this message got to speak to you the same way it spoke to me this morning, because the empath in me wants success for more people than they typically want for themselves. And I drive myself around the bend, really, trying to motivate and propel and push and cajole and, like, all of them, use whatever descriptive words you want. It's all for naught, really, because it ties me back from stepping into who I am and to the true power I own, and from doing the things that are going to really move me forward, so that you can become that example and inspire people. You can't push people into success. You can't. You have to let them step into that themselves. And the best example for that to happen is for you to own your power. So understand the difference between powerlessness and owning your power. It's important. I hope you got benefit from this. I'm grateful that I have this space to share in. I have so many people that care about me. And I know it, and I'm truly grateful for that. As a matter of fact, I've got this little gratitude book, and there's something where I'm owning my power. On January 1st, I read a post that inspired me, but it was really late on January 1st, and it had to do with gratitude and being grateful, because, gratitude can help define your attitude, and that's something that's really important. And late on the 1st, I committed, and I don't know if I've gone public with this, but I'm going public with it now, so now's as good a time as any. In fact, now is the only time we have. I decided that I was going to write down 5 things that I'm grateful for every day. And I've been consistent so far. I've been true to my word. I've been writing out 5 things, and I'll tell you, it does really begin to shift your attitude. It does really begin to allow you to differentiate, I guess is a good way of saying it, between powerlessness and owning your power. I know that was a little bit of a round trip there, but we got to the end result regardless, and it's always good to be able to do that. Randy Neighbors, nice to see you on here, my friend. Leon Pereira. Kathy, Pura Vida. Always great to see people. I don't get to talk to a lot of people because lately I've been busy just connecting and trying to spread value, and it's been pretty unidirectional in my case, but I always welcome conversation. I love bidirectional communication. You can read about it in my Facebook profile. You can read about it on my Twitter profile. At Skilled Listener, if you want to follow me on Twitter. And I love conversation because that's where so many great things happen. And I just want to impart 65 years on this planet, and I've been through the gauntlet. I know I've got some good wisdom, and that comes from having taken the information that's out there that turns into knowledge. But the important thing is taking action on that knowledge, because that's the only thing that converts it into wisdom and allows us to move forward. But here's a key. You have to be willing to share that wisdom. Program has a great expression for that, and we get to keep those things by giving them away. A bit of a conundrum and confusing for a lot of people, but when you begin to share and when you begin to give selflessly, it's scriptural too. When we give without agenda, we get it back tenfold, and that's just one of the basic truths in life. And so we need to get to a place where people encourage that in us. And if you're not getting that from your surrounding right now, maybe it's because you haven't surrendered to your powerlessness and you're still trying to change those people. Let them go and look for the ones who are going to speak that freedom into your life, who are going to speak that light into your life, because it's important. It's very important. It's good for the people giving. It's great for the people receiving. And that's where the magic happens. But do it without an agenda. Do it selflessly. Some great examples of people who do things selflessly out there. On my blog, donlachance.com, I've got a small VASP project, Value Added Syndication project, that I'm working on right now. You can go and check that out. And you can look under VASP, just search under VASP, and some of the people who are giving selflessly. The guy who's been managing my financial realm, John Wayne Beliveau, I did one on him. Mark with the C, Lalonde is another one. The founder of Branding University, YOUNIVERSITY. And so many people who've crossed my path. Ray Higdon, Diane Hockman, a young gentleman, Jack Jacobs, who's really giving of self. Just so many people, so many examples. Leon Pereira is another one, constantly giving. They're there, open vessels, waiting for people to show up because they'll share at the drop of a hat. And what they've got to share is valuable because it's all from life experience and everything else. So I think it's important that you begin to surround yourself by people who are willing to share. And there is no shortage of them. There really isn't. They're out there. We just have to look for them. And the great Napoleon Hill taught us we find what we look for. So head out and begin to look for those people. Begin to look for the people who are not looking for anything in return, who are simply looking to be able to provide you with value, equip you, and allow you to make the decisions that are right for you, because they'll help you step into your power. They won't be living in a state of powerlessness, trying to get you to do things that you aren't equipped for. Find the people who will equip you. So I've got some work to do right now. I've got to get back and I've got to make some introductions. I'm looking to expand my audience. So if anybody found value in this, and you know that this message will speak to somebody within your sphere of influence, please be kind enough to share this with them, however you want to share it with them. And if they want to enter into any kind of conversation, I'd be happy to do that. If nothing else, I can maybe help them create pull in every conversation they have from that one on. Have a great day, folks, unless you have other plans.